Very warm welcome. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. Those of you that are new here, welcome, and those of you returning, welcome back. So Aries, this is all about mid-October, all right? I think it should get to you around about the 17th, okay, till the 31st. I'm a little bit late this month, so forgive me, Aries. But anyway, let's have a look. What might be around you? What to look forward to? Some possible outcomes, energies around you, these kind of things. Red flags along the way that we need to pay attention to, Aries. Just a heads up, right? Forewarned is forearmed. Knowledge is power, they say. So let's have a look. Aries, one more shuffle, and I'm going to go straight into this. And stick around, I will clarify, okay? So I'm using the Aquarian deck today. Very 1970s colors in this deck, guys. They don't show up that well on camera, but I've chosen it for you today for some reason. So I'm going with it. I think we're about done, actually. Feels right. Aries, really nice, okay? Victory over something. Undercurrent of this reading. Victory over yourself, Aries, over many things that were maybe pulling you down, people around you, situations that were pulling you into a vortex of same old, gaining victory, all right? So you might feel quite victorious, whatever that might mean for you, Aries, in work, love, life. Center of your reading, however, we've got King of Cups in reverse. Could be a person in your life. This guy he likes to be a bit emotionally manipulative, this guy, all right? Might like a drink as well. But that's the center of the reading, right? King of Cups in reverse. Can't tell you too much about that just yet, all right? We're going to go deeper with this reading. The challenge for you throughout the month, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You don't want to put any work into anything that's manipulative this month. You know, I think if you feel confused, if you feel unclear, uncertain, Aries, you know that that's a red flag. Confusion is sometimes a sign of manipulation, or people with hidden agendas and these kind of things, all right? So you're gaining victory over a lot of things, okay? Let's have a look. The reasons why everything is happening, because you just found it all too burdensome, Aries. And this is, the victory I'm talking about. The victory of, you know what, I am not showing up or giving my time, care, and effort to anything, any situation in life, love, life, or work, that it just makes me feel burdened and heavy. Recent past, Aries, new beginnings. In your previous reading, a lot of you were, going for new starts, being a little bit, not foolish, moving forward with abandonment. Does that make sense? Like you were taking on new courses. Some of you were starting dancing. Some of you were, things that you'd always planned to do, never got around to it. And you came to the realization, I'm gaining victory for myself, by myself. And this is how we go on to meet like-minded people, better relationships, better job opportunities, because we're actually following, we're following our desires and our passion, Aries, rather than waiting around for other people that would just bring us burdens and these kind of things. It's not great. Your focus, yeah, you are looking to collaborate, Aries, throughout the last couple of weeks of October. Three of Pentacles, this is your focus. This is working together with people. You're looking to build something, whether it be a legacy, whether it would just be a healthy relationship, okay? Teamwork. It's just who we're building with, right? So what you don't see coming towards you this month, Queen of Swords, yeah, you're cutting anything out and you're continuing to do it, Aries. Anything that just makes you feel burdened, messes with your emotion, anything that's going too slow, no forward movement, because you're the Fool, okay? You're the Fool. You're all about, let me start afresh. Let me have a clean slate and just go for things, okay? Old attraction styles, nah, keep it moving, Your energy throughout the last couple of weeks, you might feel a little bit playful. You might want to be a little bit cheeky and play the players, Aries. All right, Knight of Wands in reverse. You're not there throughout the last couple of weeks to stick around. You're more a case of, I'm just going to dive into this tribe, whether it be work, love, life, right? Dive into this tribe, see what they're all about, and keep it moving. Keeping my passions alive, my aspirations, booking these courses, doing these things, that are in line with your life's purpose or your life path number, if you're into numerology. Outside influences, Aries. Justice in reverse. You've no time for things that aren't fair, Aries, that aren't going in your favor. Some of you, you might have felt unfairly treated, okay? Maybe in a legal battle, just for a select few, not a personal reading, guys. And, it kind of like messed with your emotions, and you just found it all very, very burdensome, willing to work with people, but, what kind of agendas were they coming from? Were they disingenuous, Aries? In your fears, moon, the moon card, all right? So when we fear the moon, this is just like a lack of clarity. Have I got this right? This new start that I'm going for, am I ready for it? Or, am I kidding myself that I've grown and I've learned? Don't fear that, Aries. You have, because your readings have told me so over many months, okay? Okay, an outcome. We've got the Five of Pentacles, all right? Just watch out, Aries, that, when we're moving forward in life, we are cutting people out, and that's how we know that we're growing, when we're not, you know, constricted by the same tribes, the same behaviors, the same outlooks on life, where people are gathered around tables just gossiping about people. What's that saying? Great people talk about ideas. Average people or normal people talk about other people, something along those lines. It's when we're cutting things out, and it really is a symbol of us moving forward. We naturally, move away from people, but we can be feeling like a little bit empty and lacking. But that's where we use the Fool, Aries, to take us into new territory. New courses, new way of doing things, new places that we're going to see, things that you've always been fascinated about, but never really got around to doing it. Maybe because you were taken up with other people's, drama and burdens, Aries. So I think you might be fairly selfish, okay? I don't mean that in a negative form, Aries, but it really will be about you the last couple of weeks of October, and there's nothing wrong with that. We have to bring the focus back to ourselves to push ourselves forward. And people might see that, Aries has gone a bit missing, and such is life. You're moving forward. Not to say that you're not going to come back around, but I think you might be feeling quite selfish, all right? But it's healthy selfishness, Aries. You would agree, healthy selfishness is, I need to fill my own cup. Because if my cup is empty and I just keep giving to other people, I'm left like this. I'm no good to anybody. Certainly not to myself. So healthy selfishness, last couple of weeks of October so far. So let's clarify now. Let's go a little bit deeper on this, Aries, and see what this reading is all about for you. Last couple of weeks of October, okay? Just give this a couple of shuffles. But otherwise, look, it looks good. Those new starts, sometimes we can start, Aries, on new things, and we go, what, I build it up so big in my head, it's a bit of a letdown. It's not, it's change is in small increments. And so we might decide to do this course and go, what, I don't want to learn coding. I thought that might have been great, and then, it's just a window in, and you might meet someone at a course and they go, hey, you know what, we're going out on Sunday, after the course or whatever, we're going out Sunday, and hey, why don't you come along and join? And that's stepping stones of life. And then suddenly you bump into someone, could be a lover, right? But, we step in, and then there's new ideas. The moment we think that we've got it all sussed, Aries, we lose out. So I think really for you, you'll be experimenting new tribes, new people, finding out what it's all about, just to see where the avenues this Fool can go down, right? This newfound, what? I'm moving forward now. Brand new starts, the Fool. Okay? So why is the King of Cups in reverse, all right? Center of your reading. Yeah, you have made major life choices, Aries, in the recent past, and this is the center of your reading. I am deciding a major life's decision here with Judgment, all right? Major Arcana. My emotions will not be messed with. Nobody that can charm the pants off of me. Okay? In love, life, or work, I see straight through you. I'm keeping it moving. And I'm very decisive now. Okay? Major life decisions. Okay, the challenge for you, Aries, because, you are a fire sign. So it really is, I mean what I say, and I mean what I say, and I'm what am I trying to say here? I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. And so the challenge for you throughout the last couple of weeks is, people that don't follow through, maybe talking the talk but not walking the walk. And you're in the Fool energy, Knight of Wands in reverse. You don't plan to stay in situations that just make you feel burdensome. You just cut it out, Aries. Queen of Swords in reverse, right? Okay, don't mess with the Queen of Swords in reverse. So yeah, it's a challenge. People that are just apathetic, they're not moving it forward. It dampens your Aries fire. All right. Yeah, look, the reason why it's all happening, Aries, you've made major life decisions. I have no time for deceitful behavior. Seven of Swords in reverse. Ten of Wands just burdens me. I'll take the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, but I won't take lies and deceit. Show up and speak your truth, all right? Recent past, before the Fall in reverse, some of you might have been in two minds about, I want a new start. I'm going to change. I'm going to take on these courses. I'm going to book this trip. I'm going to take these dance lessons. I'm going to start painting, whatever it might have been, Aries. I'm going to look for new career opportunities, these kind of things. And so you had a major push forward and then you kind of like backed off again. It's kind of like you lost a little confidence in it. But that's what healing is all about and change is all about. We try things. Sometimes we might fail. No such thing as failure, right? There's only lessons, Aries. So, recent past, you might have wanted brand new starts. Not as exciting as I thought they might be. And then we go back and then we try again. And it's keep on keeping on, Aries. I think October, last couple of weeks of October for you guys. Your focus, you're willing to get out there and collaborate with people throughout the last couple of weeks of October, Aries. Three of Pentacles there, and then we got the Hermit in reverse. Some of you feel that, I've done enough reflection now, enough healing, stuff the healing. It's time to go for it. I've got my high priestess, my intuition is now standing upright, backing me up. Maybe my queen or king of wands is taking me forward. It's masculine and feminine in balance. So your focus is working with people, working with different tribes, trying new things, Aries, and coming out of reflection. You might feel that I've done enough now. Okay, your energetic field. Yeah, you are unapologetically, Aries, like I said, in an exploratory mode, finding out, being curious. We've got the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is like a feeling of not needing to guard myself. I'm playful. I'm fun. People might not take me seriously. That's okay. I've been serious in the past, and I've just been burdened by deceitful behavior. So, your energy is going to be one of, let's go for it. Let's try this. But you won't be committing to anything. You're going to go, well, that was kind of cool. I'm going to take a few little, what's the word? A couple of dots from there, that experience, a couple of dots from there. Could be the dating scene, dating different kinds of people. But with always one foot in the wisdom well. And if it's family and friends, it's the same thing. Hey, I'll hang out with you. But you're not getting hung up on expecting too much from people. Your expectations, Aries, have got you into trouble in the past, projecting all of your good stuff and your fire, your positive energy, where you take action and you speak up and you speak the truth and let's do this. You realize it's just burdensome waiting around for other people. So you're keeping it moving, but you're going to be playful, going to be explorative, okay? Yeah, outside influences, Aries. Some of you felt poorly treated. Maybe the fact that you felt that you were juggled, okay? And it took you a while for that to catch up and go, you know what, I'm worthy. I deserve more than that, But it looks like there's no malice, there's no, anger or resentment in this reading. It really is, you know what, I'm the fool. I'm going for it now, brand new journey, okay? Okay, in your fears, we've got the moon. Okay, this is like secrets, illusions, and then Page of Wands in reverse. In your fears, sometimes you wonder, Aries, or you might wonder throughout the last couple of weeks of October that, I'm confused about new starts, with the Page of Wands in reverse here. It's a brand new journey, isn't it, And it's a fear of yours. with the moon and the page of wands in reverse, yeah, it's a fear of yours. Like, what's keeping me from brand new starts? And I think really what it might have been, Aries, was you had to release and purge many, many things which, can make us feel, our life feel, this has come out before for you, by the way, can make us feel a little bit empty, but we're not. We're free now to fill that space with, better people, places and things, better salaries, better jobs, working for more ethical companies, people that just get us, get on with us. There's no confusion. We don't have to go away and analyze everything they've said. What do they mean by that? That causes illusions and confusion, and that's the first sign of manipulation, isn't it? When people say things, really throw you curved balls and say things which are not even in line with social etiquette, or straight off the bat, and you're kind of like, well, is that cool? Do I accept that kind of behavior, or people speaking to me that way? So it really is like, brand new starts again, Aries. Not being defensive about not being super committal, exploring, collecting dots from different parts of life, different tribes, different people, places and things, to build your own blueprint of, what, yeah, this sits in line with who I am today, not yesterday. Yeah, look, an outcome for you. Again, all right, so just watch your thinking around cutting people out and feeling disappointed that you've had to do it, Aries. It's part of growth, it's part of life, okay? So, the outcome for you is, all right, if I'm cutting stuff out, I am free now to fill it with new and better things. Not, damn, why did I cut all that out? Now I'm feeling a little bit left out. It's the soul speaking, and it never lies. So just go with it. If you find that you're distancing yourself from people, places and things, Aries, throughout the last couple of weeks of October, it's the soul speaking that there's something else for you. Just back it up with the Fool, turn the other Fool upright, For some of you, if this was about love and relationships, some of you might have really wanted a brand new start with somebody, and the other person didn't want to take that risk, which left some of you guys, it's not a personal reading. Remember, somebody had to make a decision. You know what? I don't feel the other person is emotionally as invested as I am. And it was going slow. It just called conflicts. And you wondered whether there was sinister or something else behind that. And it just made you feel burdened. Okay, you'd love to work on it, but for a lot of you, your focus is, somebody's not being accountable. Okay, and you're willing to cut things out, Aries. You certainly cut out anything that's player-like. You've no time for it, because that's just going to take up a lot of your mental and emotional space. If it's about love and relationships, it's going to take up so much of your emotional space that it's going to zap your energy when it comes to, taking on new things in life. Let's have a look. If it is about love, right, let's have a couple of messages for that. If it is about love during October, last couple of weeks. Otherwise, look, it's a great reading, all right? Just watch yourselves, how you think about cutting people out and all these kind of things, because our life can seem empty then. But rather than sitting around, missing the past, we've cut them out for a reason. Maybe they betrayed us. Doesn't have to be, in love, right? It's just, people not living up to their words, maybe having hidden agendas, these kind of things. Just keep it moving, Aries. We will have lulls in our life where we go, damn, what do I do now? I'm kind of bored. And that's when we just get out and we go, right, okay, I'm just going walking, or I'm going down to the library to do some research on something. Keep it moving, all right? Trust, this situation is calling for you to have faith. And I think it's faith in yourself now, Aries, that you're willing to cut anything out, okay, which is player-like, people umming and ahhing, giving you for some of you, giving you just enough to keep you around, but you just don't feel, you find it burdensome, and is there something else going on, all right? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life, Aries. So trust the process, trust yourself to make the right decisions, cut anything out, people, places and things that don't sit in line with your morals and values throughout the last couple of weeks of October, okay? What you're thinking around feeling left out now that I've cut so many things off. It's not, we're free for new possibilities, okay? Something to consider last couple of weeks of October, something that might be very key to your healing, forward movement, Aries. But your energetic field is interesting, okay? You're going to be playful, not too serious. You're certainly not guarded, because when we're guarded in life, it means we've been hurt and we're distrustful of people now. And I think really what's happening with you, Aries, is because you've done so much self-work, you can be more playful now, dropping your guard. It doesn't mean to say that you're going to be duped again, you know? It really is one of like, yeah, I'm trying new things. My mantra is I'm saying yes to everything until I say no. Does that make sense? Creativity. Okay, so a lot of you, you know, these courses, painting, whatever it might be, your creative side will be very key to your healing, Aries. Color blue, throat chakra, speaking up, speaking your mind, you know, not vetting your words, not double back when you're texting, you know. It's all about delivery, but deliver it in honesty, okay? Imagination, expression, originality, and passion, Aries, is going to be very important last couple of weeks of October. Inspiration, again, look, you know, inspiration, new people, places, and things. The fall in the recent past, then, oh my God, you know, do I want this? You know, so 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, all right? Turn the second fall, upright Aries, and find new inspiration, ideas, spark, conception, impulse. You might find that you're very impulsive and go, you know what, I'm going to go down to the library to look at the notice board. And then bang, there's something there that takes in your attention. And then it starts you on a whole new journey again, you know, from something very simple. And choice, Aries. Free will, courage, willpower, and change. And the last couple of weeks of October for you is all about change, changing how I think about cutting people out, change in how I view situations now, no longer guarded, dropping my guard, being playful, but backing it up with, I'm prepared to cut anything out that is disingenuous or player-like, you know, if it's about love and relations, you know, that can be with family and friends, guys, you know, it's like, nah, that just leaves me burdened, you know, and 7 of Swords in reverse, no, I've got no time for that now. It's just taking away from my confidence of forward movement, you know, I don't want to be blocked around these kind of people, places, and things anymore. Willing to cut it out. And yeah, it does disappoint me that I have to do it, but I'm keeping it moving. And this has been like momentum that's been building over your previous readings, Aries. Where did I want to go? I wanted to give you... Oh, actually, I just want to have a look at this, right? Your focus is you're willing to work with people. And you're coming out of a time of reflection. Some of you might have been a bit homebody-ish whilst you're reflecting and all these kind of things. You might be getting out there a little bit more, playful, you know, dropping your guard. Let's have a look. Some of you guys, you know, you might have been very busy with work, or that might be a focus for a select few of you. You don't want any distractions, okay? So some of you might really be working from home a lot. Just for some of you really, you know, your focus might be, you kind of like want to work with somebody. They might be very work focused and you're just thinking, come on, hey, take a break. Let's spend some quality time together. Just for some of you, maybe staycations and these kind of things. Just for a select few. One of these Aries for October. But it looks good. Just what's your thoughts about cutting people out? You're doing the right thing, you know? As opposed to, damn, why did I do that? You're glowing from the inside out, Aries, throughout the last couple of weeks of October. You're glowing from the inside out, so choose to feel good about yourself, Aries. You will only attract positive people, circumstances, and opportunities by doing so. And look at this. This is your energetic field, playful, dropping your guard. It's not to say that now you're open to be duped or open to predatory behavior, work, love, life. It just means that I've done so much inner work here. I'm coming out of that now. Enough reflection, one foot in the wisdom well at all times. I'm trusting my intuition, and I will cut things out. And you're glowing, okay? And forgive, whether for some of you guys, whether in person or in your mind, forgive and move forward. The only person you are hurting by holding on to any resentment is yourself. What's that saying? Resentment and all these kind of things is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You know, it's very toxic to ourselves. So you're releasing all that because you're glowing, Aries. A brand new starts. You know, new people, new places, new things, new ideas, inspirations, and sparks. You know, in your love life, keep the faith. Have trust in yourself, Aries, that you won't go back into situations that are disingenuous and make you feel burdensome. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And so, you know, how that plays out in line with this reading, for me as a reader, would be keep on doing you. And something then comes along which is in line. So you're not a sitting target anymore. You're moving in a direction, Aries, new inspirations and sparks. And this is where we meet like-minded people who are interested in the same kind of things. And it's going to be worth waiting for, Aries. But trust the process. Have faith, you know, not hope. Remember, hope is a piss poor word, right? But faith is, yeah, you know what? I'm going to meet the perfect partner. You know, I'm going to secure that perfect job. I'm going to find that perfect living accommodation, you know? These kind of form of manifestation, right? I've done that. If you're a song, Aries, the lyrics might mean something, the band might mean something, the melody might evoke certain feelings within you, which are only there just to come bubbling up to the surface for healing, maybe. Give it one listen. If it's not your genre, dump it, okay? But music can be quite powerful. If I Were a Carpenter, Robert Plant, okay? If I Were a Carpenter. I can't remember who actually sang that originally, but Robert Plant did an amazing cover. If I Were a Carpenter. And that's a song about worthiness, Aries. You are worthy now. And this is why you're prepared to cut things out. Even though you don't like doing it, you're going to continue to do it. And it's all about, you know, God, the universe, however you frame your belief system is, I'm going to keep turning down things that don't sit in line with who I am today, not the old me, after I've done all this self-work. I'm going to keep pushing things away because I'm worthy of better things. And now God or the universe can go, right, okay, Aries is actually being quite picky here. Don't want that, Aries. All right, let me send you something else. And you are keeping it moving in the meantime, in faith that it's going to come to you and it'll be worth waiting for, okay? In love, life, and work. And that's your October. And look, have an amazing time, guys. You know, looks good, Aries. You know, I don't think people should be messing with you this month. I think you're going to be playful, but certainly not stupid, okay? So if anyone thinks that the old Aries, you know, who's put up with burdensome situations, is going to be duped or taken back into that, they've got another thing coming. I think you're just keeping it moving, keeping it light, keeping it playful, trusting the process, and knowing that you're worthy of good stuff, Aries. I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do it for free for you. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out on moderntarot.net directly or browse the YouTube Modern Tarot store, and I'll do my best to give you some clarity on your personal situations. In the meantime, Aries, have an amazing last 2 weeks of October, and I'll see you back here, maybe start of November. Take care. Bye.